Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is Jose Enrique Starlich in another episode of the Asthavakra Gita. The Asthavakra Gita, as you can see in my screen, it's a text which has been written in Sanskrit, and you can find an English translation and also the transliteration of the text. In this case, the translation has been done by John Richards. But as you are going to see in a few moments, well, I'm not sure if we can say that anybody, but maybe very few people has been comment this book. If you are an expert in meditation or yoga, maybe you have realized that most of the books of the Hindu tradition has been commented by some gurus or by some teachers, like for example the Bhagavad Gita, which is maybe the most well-known book of the Hindu tradition. But anyone has maybe mastered up enough courage to face this book. I mean, to try to comment what this book really means. And this is why, because this book has been written by and for Jivan Muktas. And maybe you are wondering what a Jivan Mukta is. Well, a Jivan Mukta is a person who has get the enlightenment, who has reached the final meditation state, who lives in this state, in this samadhi state, which is a very deep meditation state. And as this book has been written by and for Jivamukta, maybe this is the most useless book of the world, because if you are a Jivan Mukta, you are maybe the only one who can understand what does it mean. I mean properly, yeah. But you don't need the book when you are a Jivan Mukta, and if you are not a Jivan Mukta, maybe you are not able to understand properly the book. So maybe it's quite useless. In any case, if you have studied with a person who has reached this state, this person has teach you, and maybe you are able to understand a little bit of this book. I have a study with well, not with a properly Jivan Mukta, but with a person who has reached very, very deep meditation state, what we call Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and in the other tradition it is called the Satori or the Nirvana. And I have also some deep meditation states, not a meditation properly or samadhi, but over the past of the years, I have get a good knowledge about what this Asthavakra Gita book offers, and to the people who want to understand the meaning. I'm not able, of course, to understand properly everything, every word, but I'm sure I can help you in much of slokas or paragraph that the book reads. And well, it has been a very short introduction, and I'm not sure if I forget anything, but what I'm going to do now is to read a sloka of the chapter 15, and I'm going to comment this sloka. Okay, yeah, I remember. What I recommend you is that if you are not a person who has uh, studied full time the Hindu tradition during, for example, 3 or 4 years, I firmly recommend you to have a teacher if you want to understand the Asthavakra book. Maybe I can help you, or maybe you can look for a teacher that has a very good knowledge about that. I don't recommend that you read the book and you think that you have understand everything, because and you are going to apply every word that you are going to read in this book, because as I mentioned previously, and as I'm gonna show you in this example, it can be very confused, because the people just read it and think that he has understand or she has understand properly, and that's not true. And this is the reason why a lot of people maybe has been waste their time trying to apply things that they don't have understand properly. Yeah. So let's get down to business, and we will see an example. The example that we are going to see is on page 74 here. Oops. Here we have. And this sloka is a paragraph, says that give up meditation completely, but don't let the mind hold on to anything. You are free by nature, so what will you achieve by forcing the mind? And most of the people, when the people read it, most of my followers maybe, or the students, say, okay, so I can give the meditation. I can give up, the meditation completely. I can abandon the meditation completely, as the book reads, yeah? But that's not true for you. Give up meditation completely. The people read it and say, oh, I don't need to practice meditation at all. That's not true. And on the other hand, it seems that the master, the guru, in this case, Asthavakra was the master. This is a talk between Asthavakra and Janaka, the king Janaka, which is in this case, who is in this case, sorry, the student. Give up meditation completely, but don't let the mind hold to anything. It seems on the first thought that you have not to do anything at all. You have to abandon the practice, the sadhana, completely. And yeah, you are free by nature, so what will you give by forcing the mind? Yes, these words are perfect or worthy for a Jivan Mukta, but not for a person who has not reached this state. And on the other hand, it seems that you don't have to do anything, but actually the master is giving you maybe the most difficult sadhana or practice that you have to do. Because if you read it mindfully, it reads, don't let the mind hold on to anything. What does it mean? What does it mean? So it means that maybe you don't need to practice meditation as the people understand what a meditation practice is. For example, by sitting in a place quiet, without anybody disturbing you, without WhatsApp, telephone, or something like that. Yeah. But on the other hand, you have to be mindful. You have to watch out every thought and every emotion that arises in your mind. And it reads, don't let the mind hold on. So don't pay attention to any thought, to any emotion. Don't give it energy. Mhm. And by doing that, you will realize that any thought or any emotion has power, it's powerful. You will realize that between thought there is a very big space where there is no no thoughts, there is anything, it's emptiness. So this is a very, very strong, a very hard work. So because you have to be mindful every second of your life. Of course, if you do that, you don't need uh, mm, sit down to practice meditation during half hour or 1 hour or something like that, because you are practicing every day meditation every minute, every second of your life. You are mindful of every step you take, every step you make, every breath you make, as the as the song says. I mean, you have to be mindful of everything that you do. You are in a meditative action. You are in what we nowadays call the mindfulness. Mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is that exactly. Mindfulness is remaining completely in what you are doing. So you cannot let the mind to hold on to anything apart from what you are doing. So if you are hearing the music, you have to be the music. Um, you have to be part of the music. If you are walking, you have to walk as if your foot are kissing the earth very carefully, very mindful of that. Yeah. So give up meditation completely, but don't let the mind hold on to anything. You are free by nature. So what will you keep by forcing the mind? So in the first thought, in a first thought, you can think, oh, I don't need to do anything at all. I'm free. I don't need to do anything. I'm just living on my own. But that's not true. You can live in on your own, of course, but you have to accept the 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 life as it comes. So if something good uh, comes, enjoy it, but enjoy it in the present moment and then forget it. If something bad comes, uh, uh, enjoy it also, or don't pay too much attention when something is good, or when something is bad. Just be equal. Just be equal. That is the meaning of don't let the mind hold on to anything. Just accept the reality as it is, not as you would like it to be. When something is good or when something is bad. When something is good, of course, you want to keep it in your mind. If you were um, with a friend in the beach and you have enjoyed it a lot, then when you are back home, when you get home, you want to be in the beach again. You are remembering it. Yeah. And when something is bad, for example, when you receive a letter of the government that you have to pay a tax, you have forget to pay that, and then you have to pay it with interest. With I mean, you have to pay more money. So you say, oh my god, blah 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 blah. So don't let the mind hold on to anything means that you have to be equal. You have to uh, you have to accept the reality as it is, because everything, uh, every emotion, every thought uh, arise and pass away. So only if you keep your attention, if you put your attention, if you pay close attention to that, you can keep it in your mind. So okay, give up meditation completely, but on the other hand, your homework is to be all the time mindful. To be honest, I prefer the first one. I prefer to practice meditation half hour a day, and don't have to be mindful all the time. Okay. So this is this was my comments on this sloka, on this paragraph. I hope it helps, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have some questions, you can contact me through the website meditacionvedanta.com, and speak you soon. But that's all for now. Goodbye and thank you.